there's a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some new shit going on around there.
Have you heard the most recent Indiana Fever bombshell? Sheryl Swoopes just made some shocking accusations, claiming that Lexi Mitchell is being disregarded and that there is pandemonium in the locker room. But hold on, is any of it accurate? The rising star for the Fever, Lexi Hull, isn't keeping silent. You might be shocked by what she's saying as she fires back. Prepare to hear the truth directly from someone who uses that locker room on a daily basis.
Caitlin at this point?
She's great. She's a great player, great person. Obviously very hard to defend. So she's bringing a great offensive game to the Fever, and just excited to see how she does this year.
You won't believe the outrageous things that Sheryl Swoopes has just said about the Indiana Fever. Let's dissect it. She is first asserting that the locker room of the Fever is in complete disarray. Is it possible?
So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't
want to be here.
Swoopes says it's a war zone. Not only that, she also claims that the Fever are ignoring star player Lexi Mitchell as if they've forgotten about their best scorer. This is when it gets interesting. Swoopes continued. She suggested previous head coach Christy Sides abandoned the squad in an unethical manner. It looks like she's painting a disintegrating squad. Maybe this doesn't sound like the Fever I've been watching. You're right. The team's performance on the court and in interviews contradicts these allegations. Remember all those team celebration clips after major wins? Mitchell's rising stats and team chemistry. These assertions are driving social media fans and analysts crazy. Swoopes has been criticized for inciting controversy for publicity. Others worry if she's telling the truth. However, most people, especially Fever fans, are incredulous. Tell me about the team's response from a locker room expert. Before that, we must discuss why Swoopes is making these outlandish accusations. Is she merely attempting to stay relevant, or is there more? Let's examine Swoopes' turbulent past to discover out what's behind all the commotion. When did Swoopes say Caitlin Clark wouldn't make the WNBA? Would Caitlin Clark be a good pro? Absolutely. Would Caitlin Clark continue her current success in the WNBA? Immediately? Not at all. Not happening. Prediction aged poorly. Swoopes is dropping hot takes left and right, but rarely hits the mark. She sought to diminish Clark's record-breaking performances, even suggesting his NCAA scoring record didn't count due to his extra year of eligibility. Caitlin should have broken Kelsey Plum's 4-year record. But since there's a COVID year and then another, she had one extra year to break that record. Really a broken record. Clark played the same number of seasons as everyone else. Why does Swoopes keep doing this? Experts claim retiring sportsmen create drama to stay relevant. When the spotlight shifts, some will do anything to reclaim it. You may be thinking Swoopes is simply being honest, no doubt, but her predictions fail like defenders trying to draw charges. Fans, analysts, and even Nancy Lieberman have criticized Swoopes. I called her a buddy and added, you can say whatever you want. You can criticize anyone, but you must use statistics. Indeed, facts matter. If you come out ahead and say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, this is finished and everyone respects your perspective. Even Stephen A. Smith bombs Swoopes. It's more than being wrong. Swoopes' outrageous claims damage players and teams. While she paints locker room pandemonium, athletes like Lexi Hull remark about the team's tightness. Swoopes seems to be watching another game. Remember when I said someone would speak from that Fever locker room? Lexi Hull unlocked the door and let us in. Not just any player speaking, it's the least likely to reveal all. She's serving something hot that will destroy Swoopes' claims. Lexi Hull, who is she? She rarely makes headlines or social media waves. Hull lets her game speak. Something about Swoopes' outrageous charges made her speak up, and she had a lot to say. Frank's? Not that I can think of during practice, although she'll make hilarious comments. Nobody else says it but Caitlin. Hull not only denied Swoopes' assertions, she depicted Fever locker room life differently. Swoopes said chaos. Hull's talking about a close-knit, supportive crew. She told Caitlin Clark about a rehearsal with loud music, which she joked about. One practice, Christy turned on loud music because I can't remember where we were going, but we knew the arena would be noisy. Caitlin screamed, can someone turn it off, a migraine? Everyone's like, what? Christy said, what did you say? She repeated it. We were all dying because if I or anyone on our team had said that and then been asked, what did you say? She would have repeated it like no one else, and it was the funniest thing. We'd be rolling on the ground laughing. Can you imagine? That doesn't sound like a troubled team, but this gets better. Hull kept going after describing the fun. She said the crew supports each other at stressful times. If someone has a bad night, guess what? The remainder of the crew offers support. Not the drama Swoopes was selling, but togetherness wins championships. She envisions the game as a broader scale, starting with her platform and then the game. As a point guard who delivers a lot of passes that lead to shoots, I know she'll say, "You got the next one if I miss." She keeps me confident and upbeat. I think that demonstrates her leadership and playfulness. Okay, but is Hull just covering for her team? Hull isn't known for drama or attention. Her outburst demonstrates how much Swoopes' statements bothered her. Hull must have decided enough was enough with those claims. The team responded to social media outrage with grace and solidarity, sticking together like a family. Simple to say, but hard to do. I don't read it, but everyone does. I think that support system keeps you on track. The main problem is finding someone to break that loop and have you thinking about the good things you've done, even if online people rarely do. Hull's answer is just the start. Who else weighed in on this drama will surprise you. Prepare for another twist in this story. Just when Hull seemed to have won, the disease spread. The true stunner is this. Not just the players speak. The coaches and management are speaking up, and what they say may change everything you know about this team. Iowa, go. You hear? Go Hawkeyes. No more fighting. Start with Erica Wheeler. Remember how Swoopes depicted locker room chaos? Wheeler threw that canvas out the window. She says the Fever's locker room isn't poisonous. The atmosphere is full with laughing and fun, and you know who's at the center. Caitlin Clark. Wheeler spilled tea, stating, "We just having fun." Caitlin Clark never takes anything seriously. I often say she's a kid at heart. Can you imagine? The rookie superstar is converting tension into connection. However, there is more. Aaliyah Boston took the mic and sang the same song. On and off the court, the squad supports each other. It's more than high fives after huge plays. Guys, we're starting a TikTok weight room vlog to show you what we do. Lower your butt. Okay, speed. Okay, speed. Master your shoulders. Yes, thank you. Push shoulders. Love it. Cheese. Bostonians talk about spontaneous movie evenings and group dinners. Do you hear a disorganized team talk about Swoopes' Kelsey Mitchell comments? Remember when she said Mitchell was ignored? Kelsey Mitchell, an unrestricted free agent, had a great season, so I think they did well with him. I don't think she got enough credit. Hold onto your seats, the numbers say otherwise. Career best figures, game-changing plays, and a league-changing partnership. Not only does Fever president Kelly Krauskopf back Mitchell, she's singing her praises from above. Get this, Krauskopf said Mitchell was the team's top objective. Do you sense someone being overlooked and not just talking? According to Krauskopf, Kelsey's leadership establishes the team's direction and is irreplaceable. That's not how you talk about a player you're benching. See for yourself. That's normal and doesn't diminish our judgment of Kelsey's importance to this team's return. So she's our top focus. Let's talk court action, not just holding her own, Mitchell. Her health is good. Her scoring chances have skyrocketed. And why? It's because of her dynamic pairing with Caitlin Clark. Mitchell is taking advantage of Clark's assist-heavy style's open floor. Analysts call it a stronger offensive threat. Mitchell isn't just good. Her power is growing, actually until their fourth foul. Minnesota regaining control. Kelsey Mitchell heated up in the second half. The Kelsey Mitchell high archer, 8 points for Mabria's quick start. First 28 Skygores Ava. What does Mitchell think about this? She doesn't mope around. Dot Mitchell proves her worth and why she's so important to the Fever squad every game. New coach Stephanie White couldn't agree more, saying Mitchell's vital to the club. I was fortunate to work with those men and Kelsey Mitchell, who had weathered Indiana Fever basketball and had her best year. So what's the deal? Is Mitchell disregarded or important? I think the proof is enough. Team leadership praises her, numbers demonstrate her development, and a league-changing on-court relationship. Swoopes may need to check her sources because Kelsey Mitchell isn't ignored. I'm serious. I think Sheryl Swoopes has said enough ridiculous things in 6 months. This is when things become interesting. Mitchell contributes to the squad beyond her individual success, how she fits into the Fever's greater picture. That picture is promising for Indiana fans. We may have covered everything, but there's one more piece to the puzzle. Remember Christy Sides' leave? That's a different story that may affect your view of the Fever. The conspiracy theorist. The day after Christy Sides was fired, Stephanie White resigned as a coach. After Christy Sides left the Indiana Fever, rumors flew. The real story, it's more intriguing than rumors. Sheryl Swoopes painted pandemonium and unprofessionalism, but the Fever's receipts show otherwise. You might think a coach leaving implies turmoil. This time, no. Team president Kelly Krauskopf went beyond defending Sides. She lauded her. Krauskopf said, "I can't fault Christy Sides and her staff. She did what she was recruited to do and more. Albeit Caitlin's first year and all the attention and pressure were tough, I award them much credit. That doesn't sound like a turbulent team, right? This is when it gets interesting. Lexi Hull, who generally stays quiet, spoke up. What she said, your perspective on this circumstance will alter. Hull described how sides' consistent support helped the team grow and collaborate. Things are fluid in our business, so you never know what to anticipate. You never relax. This will be my 4th head coach in 4 years next year.